Get more now and head over to CCTV's Rian Maelzer, who joins us live from Kuala Lumpur. Ryan.
The debris was confirmed to be definitively from MH370, and therefore that there was no hope of any survivors, that the families would be able to find some closure. But instead it seems it's just raised more questions and caused more emotional turmoil for many of them.
Relatives of those on board the missing plane say the gradual realization that this wing part would turn out to be the first physical evidence of MH370 brought them little peace.
It's been sleepless nights, and it's panic, nervous, fear, everything rolled into one, so I don't know what to call it.
The very familiar, overpowering emotions and intense shocks, just like March 8, is just hitting me all over again, but this time it's even worse.
And if Malaysia's government hoped its announcement would lay to rest all doubts about the plane's fate and its handling of this incident, they were wrong. Family members say they were perplexed and disturbed that the Malaysian authorities seemed so much more certain that the part was from MH370 than the French investigators did. There is one sentiment that all next of kin seem to share: the desire to see the search continue until the authorities find the main fuselage, and they hope the black boxes and their loved ones' remains.
I can grieve already, because then I know that my husband is no longer around, but not until he comes home. Then I can have a proper send-off for him and have a proper goodbye. So at the moment, no, I need more.
I do not wish another MH370 to ever happen again, and no one should go through the pain that I have suffered. 239 precious lives is lost, and it will lost in vain if we did not learn from it.
Malaysia's Prime Minister said the country is committed to continue the search for the truth, but did not commit to how much longer it will continue scouring the ocean for the missing plane.
Yes, the family members should be hoping that not much more debris is actually discovered, because that will increase the chances that the fuselage is largely intact and increase the chances of finding the black boxes and, they hope, their loved ones' remains.
And Ryan, what's been the reaction there in terms of how Malaysian authorities handled the confirmation announcement?
Well, it seems as if Malaysia's government has created another extraordinary PR mess for itself in the handling of MH370. In the early days, of course, they were heavily criticized for contradictory statements, for lacking transparency, for being very slow to keep the families updated. One thing they weren't accused of was being incautious, injudicious. But in this case, it seems that previously they would wait for corroboration, for verification before making any announcements. This time it seems they preempted authorities, the French investigators, Boeing, the US, people that have considerably more experience at air accident investigation before they made this announcement. So it seemed they jumped the gun on this. And then to compound matters and to compound the criticism, the Transport Minister yesterday said that Malaysian investigators on Reunion had found more plane debris, more plane parts. Now, when the wing flap was first discovered, it took a couple of days of people examining photos of it to say, yes, it looks as if it is part of a plane. And here's the Malaysian minister, who doesn't have a great deal of experience in this, saying that it's definitively plane parts that have been found. And rather than dispelling the conspiracy theories, their announcement and their handling of this is actually fueling conspiracy theories, people suggesting they may have planted the evidence. And why is there this unholy rush to determine and confirm that this is from MH370? I personally subscribe to the theory that it's just plain old incompetence.